Sorcerer's Apprentice was released in 2010 and was directed by John Turlotub. The story follows David, played by Jay Barachuel, who, when he was 10 years old, he discovered two sorcerers who had a fight, and then they got trapped in an urn, and 10 years later they escaped the urn. Now it's up to Nicolas Cage's character to teach David to become a sorcerer, and he must stop the bad sorcerer, played by Alfred Molina. How to Train Your Dragon vibes, anyone? After watching this movie for the first time, I honestly wasn't entertained at all, and I wasn't really enjoying the story or the script or the acting a lot. And to be honest, I was kind of bored throughout this movie. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's not awful or terrible by any means. I just found it very bland and not even interesting. It was just a very, very, very weak story, and I just found the acting, a lot of it, very poor. And it's not a bad film, like I said, it's just so boring. There's no engagement to it, and I just found the story just kind of bland and just kind of there, and I wasn't interested in the plot. I wasn't interested in the characters, and I just found myself just watching a pretty boring, useless film. Well, not useless. I don't think useless is the right word to describe a film, but it's just, I don't know. It was just very bland, very and it was a very slow film, and sure, it wasn't like all throughout serious. I mean, there was some humor there, and I will admit, I guess some of it was chuckle-worthy, but I don't know, the story just didn't have me connected. I didn't feel invested in the plot. I didn't feel invested, and I just found the story, well, like I said, it's very, very weak. Now, in all fairness, the acting, the characters, music, and all that, which I'm about to talk about, it's a lot better than the other Merlin movie that we got in 2019, which, well, that wasn't very good, was it? I honestly thought the effects were kind of dated. There were times I felt I tried too hard with the climax. Now, some effects were cool, I guess, but it's just regular animals being able to turn into magical big creatures. I don't know, I just felt the effects were kind of sloppy. I know it's a movie that released 10 years ago, but it is really dated. David as the protagonist was okay, I guess. I didn't feel interested in his character and his arc to become a sorcerer. I didn't feel he become a sorcerer by the end of the movie. I just found his character kind of bland. Jay's acting, however, I gotta admit, is pretty good. He does do the character very well. Nicolas Cage's character I found very bland, and there's not a lot to him, and Nick's acting was very poor in my opinion. The love interest I didn't really even care for, and her character was kind of weak. I guess the acting was fine. Alfred Molina's character was fine too. He's an alright villain, and I don't have a lot to say about him. Alfred does act the character well, but his acting for Doc Ock from Spider-Man 2 was way better. The music was fine, I guess. I felt some of the songs were kind of just meh, not really interesting. And like I said, just the music was just kind of meh. Just like with the acting, just meh. I don't have a lot to say. Sorcerer's Apprentice is meh. It ain't terrible, but it's one that I found kind of boring and not really interesting. I didn't like the effects, and a lot of the acting I found kind of weak and poor. It's not bad by any means, it's just something I'd skip. I'm gonna give The Sorcerer's Apprentice a 6 out of 10. I know I said I was gonna start giving movies like a 5 out of 5 stars, a percent of 100, and then I was gonna also give it a letter grading, but I decided to just stick to the regular number rating. It's kind of hard to do it with all I think it's 5 rating systems. It is very hard and difficult to do it like that, but if you guys do want to see me do that, I'll try my best, but it is kind of hard for me to do that. That's my review for Sorcerer's Apprentice. Have you seen Sorcerer's Apprentice? Let me know down in the comments below, and I'll see you guys next time, and have a great day, and sadly, school's back tomorrow. See you guys next time, folks, and skadoosh.